Yo, what's up guys? In today's video I got a bunch of Chicago Bulls news and a bunch of updates later in today's video as well that just came out. But before I jump into today's video, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Also leave a quick like below today's video. It takes a second, helps me out a lot. And some comments and questions below today's video as well. Also check out my last video if you guys missed it. There's been a lot of rumors how the Chicago Bulls are interested in trading for Jeremy Grant. I broke down that whole situation and covered that. But nonetheless, let's just jump right into it because these past few days have been really busy with a bunch of updates and stuff like that. And yesterday, Casey Johnson did break some terrible news. You know, the Bulls have pretty much already went through, I'd say, COVID hell. I feel like every player on the Bulls roster has pretty much got COVID. And just yesterday, Casey Johnson tweeted out that Alex Caruso is in safety protocols as well. You know, Tyler Cook, who is currently dealing with an ankle injury, and Mac McClung, who's on his second 10-day contract with the Bulls, are the only Chicago Bulls players by Casey Johnson's count who haven't got COVID as of this season. You know, that definitely sucks considering Caruso's been dealing with an injury himself, but hopefully he'll be back in, I'd say, 5 to 10 days. Who knows, but I'll definitely keep you guys updated with that. And also now a huge update on Patrick Williams. You know, I made a video about a week ago saying how his process was like ahead of schedule and how he's expected to return this season. Well, since then, Daniel Greenberg put out some pretty big Chicago Bulls news, and he did say Chicago Bulls forward Patrick Williams still has a cast on his hand, and he also said there's no rush from him and the team to return this NBA season. You know, Patrick Williams has recently started doing dribbling skills and working on other things to improve his game, so that's definitely interesting. I still do expect him to be back before the playoffs in my opinion, of course if that's with no setbacks or anything like that. I know there's been a lot of talk recently if the Chicago Bulls should keep him or trade him to go all in to try and win a championship. That's definitely a very debatable topic. I'm really 50-50 split on both sides. I really like Patrick Williams. I do believe he has a lot of potential. I mean, his draft comparison was anywhere from Paul Millsap to Kawhi Leonard. But no matter what the Chicago Bulls front office does do, if they keep him or go all in to win now, I'm with them 100%. I mean, look at what they have done in a year and a half to 2 years with this roster. I mean, the Bulls are playing amazing basketball, the best team in the East. I believe the Bulls are going to make a deep run in the playoffs, and maybe if they make one move or maybe sign one buyout candidate, I believe the Bulls can win the finals. I believe we're just a piece or two away. Definitely leave some comments and questions below today's video about Patrick Williams maybe returning this season. Who really knows right now? It's kind of up in the air. I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that topic. And now let's take a quick little recap on to the Portland Trailblazers pick that the Bulls did acquire this past offseason. And it's not looking too pretty, guys. The Bulls are more than likely not going to get that Portland pick in 2022. I mean, the Blazers just dropped to the bottom of the lottery, and now Damian Lillard is out to like manage some injuries or such. I saw he's taking a few games off, and he's going to be out a week. Who knows? I mean, there's been a lot of talk about Portland this season. They really struggled. I don't know why. Even Damian Lillard has really just struggled. I mean, I know he's been playing through injury, he said, but at the same time, I just don't see the Bulls getting their draft pick. Honestly, I see Portland more than likely blowing it up maybe at the trade deadline or in a few years. I don't know. Portland is currently 14-22. They have not played well. They're 12th in the Western Conference right now. I don't know. I don't know what's up with Portland, but they just have not looked the same. I mean, their last 10 games, they're 3-7. And, you know, they've been playing pretty solid basketball at home. They're 12-9, but away from home, they are 2-13. I don't know. It's looking pretty ugly. I doubt the Bulls do get their draft pick for this season. And the next topic in today's video is about McKinney and Matt Thomas. You know, according to Bobby Marks, the following 23 NBA contracts will become guaranteed on this Friday, January 7th at 5 p.m. You know, on the Chicago Bulls, they have a McKinney and Matt Thomas. If they don't cut them before January 7th, both their rosters will be fully guaranteed. You know, I truly do expect McKinney to stay past that date. I really like what I've seen from him in limited minutes, even though he did get COVID and he hasn't really been playing that much. But I do like what he offers the Chicago Bulls off the bench. But Matt Thomas, it wouldn't surprise me if the Bulls did cut him. You know, I feel like it would be smart for the Bulls to keep an open roster spot, especially if I'd say maybe a power forward or center does get bought out around the NBA trade deadline. But at the same time, I wouldn't be mad if the Bulls did keep Matt Thomas. He's been playing really well and he's been a solid spark off off the Chicago Bulls bench. Definitely let me know below today's video if you guys want the Bulls to keep Matt Thomas or cut him and wait for someone to get bought out near the NBA trade deadline. I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that topic as well. And the final topic in today's video is an interesting one. The Chicago Bulls may be interested in Gabriel Deck. And just the other day, the OKC Thunder made a trade. And to do that trade, they did waive Gabriel Deck to make roster room for that trade. And since then, there's been a lot of Bulls talk on Twitter surrounding his name. You know, huge shout out to Daniel Greenberg again. He responded to this tweet from Woj saying that the OKC Thunder waived him. And Daniel said, "I know that the Chicago Bulls have scouted Deck for years. Let's see if the Bulls show interest in signing him." Also, huge shout out to my guy, Arturis Fan Club. He broke down this whole situation on Twitter. Definitely go give him a follow on Twitter. You know, he said great stuff here from my guy Chip. Chip Jones also broke down this whole situation. And Arturis agreed with me, and he said Deck is firmly on our radar after getting cut by the Oklahoma City Thunder. And Gabriel Deck is 26 years old. He is a 6'6 shooting guard or small forward. You know, he's played basketball overseas. He did get drafted back in 2017. He really hasn't played in the NBA. I mean, in 2020, he played for Oklahoma City, and he played about 10 games, only about 20 minutes a night. In those 20 games, he did average about 8 points per game. He shot 48% from the field, and he only shot 13% from three. And before getting waived for this season, he only played 7 games with the Thunder and only about 8 minutes as well. I'll make sure to throw up his stats. You know, him playing overseas, it wouldn't surprise me if the Bulls are going to be interested in him. I mean, they've scouted him in the past. Daniel Greenberg did say that. I know Arturis loves his overseas players, so it does make sense. I mean, he's a very crafty scorer off the dribble. You know, he's a decent shooter from all over the floor. He's a decent playmaker, decent rebounder. He's a smart player, of course, like most overseas players are, that just have a good feel for the game. And he's also had some very productive overseas seasons. You know, the only problem with his game, he definitely needs to work on his defense. He's not going to be the most athletic player on the court, but he is smart. You know, he's a very skilled forward that can score and rebound the basketball. He's had some solid NBA games here and there, and especially in the preseason. But nonetheless, it will definitely be interesting to see if the Chicago Bulls will be interested in signing him. Definitely let me know below today's video about all the topics and news that just came out and that I broke down and covered in today's video. Thank you guys for all the love on the channel and the past few videos. I really do appreciate it. I'm just happy that the Bulls are the first seed in the East and playing great basketball. I mean, we have 2 players in MVP talks, and we're finally talking about if the Chicago Bulls can win a championship. I'm just happy with everything that's coming out and the way that the Bulls have been playing recently. Thank you guys for all the love. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Have a good one.